Mr. Truck here. I'm at the Texas State Fair. I'm looking at the 2017 Ford Super Duties. That's right, next year's truck, and it's here. This is the 450. Bigger cab, taller truck. It's got a moonroof for the whole length of the cab, just like the F-150 does. Now this truck, the big news too, has 7 cameras. 5 of them are for the trailer. A lot of trailer things going on with this truck. But this truck is taller, it's bigger, it's more powerful, boxed frame. It's aluminum sheet metal everywhere. That's how they now can use the same cab for all their pickup trucks. Their F-150 all the way through the 550. And they had to raise the bed line up an inch for your bed rail to match the truck. Still has the cutout for your mirror for better visibility. This has a lot of visibility, and you can see cameras all over around you, 360 degrees. But this is going to be the new truck. Won't be out for a year, but of course they introduced these things in the #1 selling truck state in the country, which is Texas. But they got this hooked to a Logan coach, which is aluminum skin and steel frame. Same kind of thing. Beauty of the aluminum and the strength of the steel. And at this new box frame, we're going to add trailer capacity, we're going to add towing capacity, payload capacity. We'll get those numbers later on because we have a year now before the truck comes out. So we'll be coming out with news and news and news. But this is the news for now. The new Super Duty, a whole new look, a whole new body. Here it is, the new fender. You know, we used to call just this round part here that was up against the wall the ugliest fender out there. You know, Dodge had it or Ram had it on Mega Cab. Then they went to a cool fender, and Ford had a cool fender, and they went to that little lip, which, you know, it great visibility, but just looked bad. Now they kept the lip so we remember what it is, and they put a bigger boxed fender on it, which looks better. This is an improvement, and it still has pretty good visibility. So I don't mind this fender at all. This will come out in 2017 Super Duty, except for cab and chassis.
Good morning. We're here at the State Fair of Texas in Dallas, where we're about to unveil the all-new Ford Super Duty, the toughest, smartest, and most capable Super Duty ever. Welcome to our live audience at the State Fairgrounds, all of the Ford employees at World Headquarters in Dearborn, Michigan, members of the media at the Ford Design Center in Irvine, California, and our webcast viewers around the world. Now, they do everything bigger here in Texas, and that's certainly true for the State Fair. More than 3 million people visit the fair each year, and one of the biggest attractions is the auto show. It's a chance for everyone to check out the newest cars and trucks. Now, Texas is truck country, which is why we brought the all-new Ford Super Duty here for its U.S. reveal. Super Duty is the undisputed #1 choice for people who need a heavy-duty truck. Craig Schmott's chief engineer on the all-new Ford Super Duty. Now, Craig, when you put innovation in Ford trucks together in the same sentence, the first thing that comes to mind is high-strength aluminum alloy. Why aluminum?
Well, first, I want to point out that every upgrade we made to the new Super Duty is based on listening to customers. What they told us is it needed to be even tougher, smarter, and more capable. High-strength aluminum alloy was the best material to deliver toughness and capability because it's more dent and ding resistant while helping to save up to 350 pounds of weight.
Now, 350 pounds, that's a lot of weight.
That's right, but it's only part of the weight savings. The rest was reinvested back into the truck to make it even tougher and more capable. This will be the toughest Super Duty backbone ever. Fully boxed frame, through welded cross members, up to 6 times more high-strength steel, up to 24 times stiffer. Axles, bigger, stronger, more capable. Suspension and steering are upgraded for better ride and handling. Bigger brakes for better stopping. And lastly, bigger, stronger hitches to handle bigger loads.
Now is Doug Scott, Ford Truck Group Marketing Manager. How can you show toughest to our audience?
John, whenever you talk about toughness, you want to start with the backbone of the truck, and that's the frame. Craig talked about the weight savings. For the first time ever, we have a fully boxed frame with Super Duty. We have taller cross sections. We have through welded cross members. We've upgraded all the components. Bigger axles, bigger brakes, upgraded suspension, even upgraded the fifth wheel hitch, all to deliver more towing.
Craig mentioned that Super Duty's high-strength aluminum alloy is specifically engineered for this truck. Why is that?
John, we know our customers work Super Duty harder than they would a light duty pickup. And the toughest Super Duty ever is up to the task. The 8-foot cargo bed's a great example. Reinforced to handle more payload than ever, a thicker floor pan, inner panel, and cross members.
Now, you could argue that the high-strength aluminum alloy cabin bed alone make this the smartest Super Duty ever. What else makes it so smart?
John, the all-new Super Duty offers the best of Ford's latest innovation and technology. Blind spot monitoring can be set up to help detect the vehicles not only in the truck's blind spot, but in the trailer's blind spot. Tire pressure monitoring does the same for the trailer as well as the truck. Adaptive cruise control engineered to work even when towing heavy trailers. Plus, our new Sync 3 system that features easier to use controls, more intuitive operation, and allows owners to bring many smartphone apps like Pandora and Spotify right into the truck. And it's the first Ford to offer 7 cameras. We've got camera leadership, to be sure. Earlier this month, we invited Kristen out to see the cameras in action, so let's check this out.
We're here at Ford's Michigan Proving Ground with the all-new Ford Super Duty. This is my first chance to see it, and with a little help from my friends, I'm going to show you some of its smart features. One of the new smart innovations is camera technology. This truck has up to 7 cameras, and it's amazing how they can assist the driver. The system always starts with a 360 view. You activate it with the camera button. It uses the front camera, 2 side view cameras in the mirrors, and the rear camera. The images are stitched together. That gives you the 360-degree view. This allows you to see what's on the ground around your truck. Okay, now let's take a look at the views you get from the front camera. There's a normal front view, or push the button to see a 180-degree split view. This split view literally lets you peek around the corners to make sure the coast is clear. It even has its own washer, and there's a split view for the tailgate camera too. Now, let's talk towing. The new Super Duty makes hooking up and maneuvering conventional, gooseneck, or fifth wheel trailers easier. First, the rear view camera lets you see what your eyes can't as you back up. And it has this awesome zoom button. It gives you a closer look when you're lining up the hitch. It helps you get it right the first time, every time. To show you the next couple of new smart towing features, we're switching trucks. The all-new Super Duty is available with a new camera built into the center high-mounted stop lamp on the back of the cab, and that lets you see down into the cargo bed. It makes lining up your gooseneck or fifth wheel a snap. Here's a new feature on the all-new Super Duty that trailer towers are really gonna love. It's a remote trailer camera you attach to the back of your trailer. Now you can see what's behind your trailer when you're in reverse. Earlier, I mentioned 7 cameras. That's 6. Where's number 7? It's right here, integrated into the rearview mirror. It doesn't display an image, but it is an important part of Super Duty's other great driver assist features, like lane keeping assist. These cameras are just a part of what makes this the smartest Super Duty ever.
A year away from launch, so we don't have official numbers yet, but the all-new Super Duty is expected to have the highest payload rating of any Super Duty ever. And it will tow more than any Super Duty ever, no matter what you're towing. Now, the powertrains haven't been left out either. The new Super Duty Power Stroke Turbo Diesel has its best ever combination of horsepower and torque and will offer more powerful gasoline engines. And when we say most capable, John, we mean most capable for the long haul.
All right, now, what's the significance of this truck?
John, this is one of the test mules, one of the actual vehicles that we use in testing. By the time the first Super Duty rolls off the line a year from now and into customer hands, the all-new Super Duty lineup will have been tested for the equivalent of 12 million miles. That's 20% more than the just introduced F-150. We don't just want to deliver the most capable Super Duty ever. We need to make sure it's built for years of service that our owners depend on because they depend on their Super Duties for their livelihoods. Now, Kristen got a good taste of this when she was out at the Proving Ground for witnessing some of the testing work. So let's take a look.
2017 Ford Super Duty is the most capable Super Duty ever. Thanks to high-strength steel throughout its frame and a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body, Super Duty is saving weight that Ford is reinvesting everywhere it counts, including a fully boxed frame, bigger axles, and stronger components. So it's gonna haul more and tow more than any Super Duty yet. Even with all this added capability, the new Super Duty is up to 350 pounds lighter. But you need to know your Super Duty is built Ford tough and ready to go to work with you every day for years to come. That's why Ford punished the Super Duty test vehicles for the equivalent of 12 million miles. Around the clock, towing conventional, fifth wheel, and gooseneck trailers, hauling maxed out payloads, climbing grades steeper than most will ever attempt, in test labs and on dynos, and the most brutal road surfaces. But every day you go to work can't be all blue skies and sunshine. So Super Duty was engineered, built, and tested to endure the most extreme temperatures.
And here you have it, the all-new Ford Super Duty pickup trucks and chassis cabs.
I'm here with Jennifer Shaw with Ford. Jennifer, what's your title?
I'm the driver assistance electronics supervisor.
Okay, is that an engineering position?
Yes, it's within engineering.
Okay, great. Well, there's so many new things coming out with Ford for 2017, which won't be out for a year, but we gotta get ready for it because there's a lot of things to talk about on this truck. Now, this truck, several things that they're going to do is change the hitch receiver rating. This is a Class 5, well, Ford invented Class 5, so we'll see if the SAE actually comes out with it also. But this is a 2.5-inch receiver. It almost looks like a 3-inch receiver. Do you know? That looks gigantic.
It is pretty big, yeah.
Looks bigger than 2.5. I'll have to ask them that. That's interesting. But anyway, now what they're doing this year, or for 2017, they're going to put a rating on this that's weight carrying, which means without weight distribution. This is what GM did back in 2011, so that this will carry the same weight with or without weight distributing, which is a great deal because, you know, weight distributing hitch, they're great for half tons and all that, but they're kind of a pain to hook up, and I'd like to see them go away if you don't need them. Now, part of the SAE 2807, which is the truck standards, talks about sway recovery. So I don't know if you know how that, all those statutes, there's a lot of rules on the 2807. Part of it's sway recovery. And the reason I'm asking about this is because, you know, you are doing all those cool things with the trailer wiring. Now, the new trailer wiring has was it a 12-pin?
Yeah, we have a new 12-pin connector, and that's enabling our trailer camera and our trailer tire pressure monitoring systems.
That's what I was thinking. There's a lot of stuff coming out, and some of that has to do with some of the new regulations on commercial trailers. I think, don't you have to some year have a camera on the trailer?
Well, I'm not aware of that. There is a regulation in the U.S. Coming for a camera on the back of your vehicle. But we just thought that the trailer-based camera would be really helpful for our customers, because that's one of the biggest complaints that a lot of our customers have is they just can't see what's behind their trailer.
Oh, sure, and that'll be a corded trailer connection, a corded camera connection, and I suppose you're doing that so you can attach other things, because a wireless would be nice, but wireless, you know, that's something that's kind of coming out there. And with your system, that comes with the trailer, gets you order the truck with both plugs, and then you find out how long your trailer is, and that's the cable you get, and you have a dealer install it?
Well, the dealer will install the connector. There's a new connector that you'll get when you buy that package, and then it's up to the customer to mount the camera, but it does come, you know, pre-set up with a bracket, with the camera, and with the wires that you need to plug in. So it is pretty much plug and play.
Okay, good. And you're doing that because you can add things like you said, the tire pressure monitoring, and, you know, there could be a whole bunch of things with trailers, and even sway control possibly, where you brake the trailer. Is that coming too?
I can't really speak to that. I can definitely tell you, though, that we're very focused on trailers, so that's a lot of what we're working on now is new technology for trailers.
Well, that's great. I noticed 7 new cameras coming out in the truck. 5 of them have to do with trailers. You know, you got 2 on each side on the door. You've got 1 up for the gooseneck. You've got 1 at the bumper pole. You've got just, and then 1 on the back of the trailer. That's 5 cameras. So I guess you're concentrating on the trailer.
Absolutely, yeah, because that's what the Super Duty customer wants. They spend most of their time towing, working. Their truck is their workplace, so we want to make sure we give them what they need with this new Super Duty.
Oh, sure. And the new Super Duty is also a taller truck, so you've got big trucks, big trailers. You need all the visibility you can get, and you're focusing on blind spots.
Exactly, yeah. In fact, we offer the blind spot monitoring system for the first time on the Super Duty with this model.
That's a radar system in the rear, the taillight lenses. Is that where it's at?
Exactly, yep. The radar is in the tail lamps, and this is new for Super Duty. You can use it with a trailer. So our current blind spot systems out there, if you hook up a trailer, the system just is disabled, or we recommend that it be disabled. With this new truck and the new blind spot system, you can actually have the system extend to cover the blind spot of both your truck and your trailer.
Well, that's very cool, because I always have to shut the darn thing off. But how does that work? Does it see around the trailer, or how do you know the blind spot on the trailer from the truck? Or does it go out the back camera, or how does that work?
No, it's using the same radar. It works with conventional trailers, and when you enter some information, primarily the length of your trailer, when you're setting it up, then the vehicle knows how far to extend the range, and the radar will cover the full length of your trailer. You know, up to a certain length. There's a maximum length.
Right, right. Now the camera on the back doesn't have like a beeper that tells you when you're getting too close to the hotel lobby, does it?
Well, we do offer the ultrasonic sensing, reverse sensing system on the truck as well. So that in combination with your camera. No, that's on the truck.
Just the truck.
Right, right. But with your trailer camera and your trailer blind spot, you should be pretty well equipped with your trailer.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I really like the idea of having that gooseneck camera up there. I mean, besides hooking up to your fifth wheel, hooking up to your gooseneck, you can see if your cargo blew out, or what, you know, if the kids are still back there, if the dog's still running loose.
Right, right. You do have to be in reverse, but it provides a great view of what's in the bed. And then when you remove the tailgate too, it provides some extended vision. In the past, when you remove your tailgate for whatever reason, you lose your camera because your camera's right here on the tailgate. So the Chimsel camera is also nice because of that. You still have that view.
Well, that's good. Well, you know, I know that the rear camera on the trailer will hook up to the 8-inch screen in your cab. Well, all these other things, all these other cameras, can you be able to see the gooseneck camera on the screen when you're driving, or just when you're backing up to the trailer?
It's when you're backing up, but all of the camera features are fully integrated into the screen that's in the vehicle, so you don't have to worry about aftermarket displays or anything like that.
Okay, so I couldn't use that gooseneck camera to watch cargo while I'm driving then?
Not while you're driving forward, no. We want to be careful that we don't provide too much of a distraction. So.
Oh, there's probably a law about that too. I just like, you know, watching TV while you drive. Some kind of crazy law about that. I don't know what it is. Well, thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate this. This is an awesome truck, and we're going to be talking about this for a long time. We got a year to figure all of it out, but, you know, it's a great truck.
Yeah, we're definitely excited about it. Thank you.
MrTruck here at Big Tex, the State Fair of Texas. That's where they introduce a lot of new trucks. And this is the Ford F-750, a Class 7 truck. They also have their 650s here. I don't know if these are 16 or 2017. They're going to be out later on this winter, so I think they're 2016. It has the same diesel, the Series 2, second series of the 6.7 Ford-made diesel Power Stroke. And it also has similar transmission. Of course, they're beefed up and geared down and all those things. We'll find out if there's a 2-speed axle, what all they're going to do, but this is their big trucks now. They're back, and it's all Ford. It's no longer Blue Diamond with International in Mexico. They're made over here in the U.S. So they've got several of them here, super cabs, crew cabs, 650s, 750s. So come to Texas State Fair and look at them, see what the mirrors are going to look like and the cabs. This is a crew cab. It's awesome. We'll be driving these soon at the media launch.